Di bawah.
Semangat Bang.
Semangat Bang. Cepat sudah. Live guide dulu kamu.
Well, hello and welcome to you all on this opening day. Two teams, each seeking the perfect pick-me-up start at the expense of each other. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself.
Vegas Cock.
Apanya bagus.
So we're up and running. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, this guy, McAllister, is someone I see as the linchpin in this side. He's a playmaker who loves that little left-sided channel to release people further up the pitch. But I also like to see him play centrally at times. I think he's just very, very good in them.
Oh, what has happened here? There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. McAllister. And he's straight offside.
Susun and JSLB Distro the CB Build Plus Build.
Yes, so CB build up. And Susun and then CLB Distro. LB-nya Distro. Masa ada LB Distro?
Yaya Toure. And it's Nesta. To Marcelo. Pirlo. Rummenigge. Rijkaard gets a foot in here. And it's Serginho. Del Piero. Patience, the overwhelming virtue in this game so far.
Iya, anu ya. Iya, Cannavaro-nya LB. Cannavaro yang gratisan. Aku lihat.
Serginho.
Ya, sering ganti-ganti kan di ya settingannya.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against
Ini kaca sudah.
Oh, it's Pirlo.
Karpnaya Makie.
I've had a quick review of what we've seen so
Boleh
far, and I can
sampai.
confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
He's picked his way through. Cross header!
Kamu pernah lihat dia main tak? Kayak
Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
memang formasi
He did
fiktif
so
aja
well
tuh.
there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Goa have broken through.
SDH
It's 1-0.
Jackshot PTX
Well, I
Fido.
think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Schneider tries to pass it through. Schneider. No, he's not getting past him there.
Ngalai Adaya Makie DL
Great running on
Nakats.
show
Oh,
here, but
DL
udah lihat.
Makie
there was
JG.
no way through.
Pikir dia formasi fiktif aja. Tapi dia pemainnya jelek-jelek memang sebenarnya. Paling mewah, paling gratisan
Indonesian
Makai
are really in a
dipakai,
position where
dimaksimumkan.
patience and prudence
Dia
will serve
ada
them
Dembele,
best.
pakai Dembele
Time's
kan
on their
dia.
side.
Dia kan
And it's
banyak
Bale.
bansos.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Serginho is
Jadi bisa
always
jadi
looking to play
patokan.
quality balls.
Dia terbatas gacanya.
Serginho.
Tapi dia limited juga.
Imran Aitu. CNN Daya Main Subtactic.
They've won a corner.
Ya, dia Makai aja main bagus.
They've
Kalau
got
ada
a
Bale,
healthy
dia pakai
number
Bale
of
juga kan.
very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Bukan patokan. Kalau patokannya yang
They've played it short. And here's
dewa-dewa
Del
punya speknya.
Piero. Oh, that's neat. And now a
Dia
sudden
layak
chance to
teorinya begitu
counter.
sudah.
RSN Makie Daya
They won't be
DPN.
happy with that one.
Ya, dia kan bansos, banyak
Messi.
bansos dia.
Oh, this is a tool. Shoots! Goa are a team that take pride in possession.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They like to be
And we'll
brave
talk
with the
one
ball.
night, you.
Get on it, have a go, Peter. Try something different.
Top
They
one.
certainly have the players who are
Ada
very
nama
eager to
pokoknya.
take that on.
Desai.
Dia pakai bansos kok.
It is reclaimed easily.
Ya,
Cafu in
banyak
acres of
pemain yang
space out wide.
kuno-kuno.
He's played it back. Oh, they can break here.
Jauh.
That pass surprised everyone and not in a good way.
Ten Vidaya Vandik SN Varanya.
McAllister is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Yaya Toure. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. And he was quick to react. Azar.
GG.
Messi. Looking to
Atas
pass their
lagi.
way up the pitch.
Ya, tapi merah
Driving
emas itu.
forward.
CBT's form Naya JS.
It's not
Says
an
you
especially
a role
good
you're
pass,
an
that.
actor.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
He has found the way through. Schneider carries the ball down the right. Lovely bit of skill. And
Okay.
that brings the first half to a close. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory
Action
first
Makie
half.
Ada.
They've got the lead and that gives them something to
Ele
build
Makai.
on after the break.
Ricky aja udah bisa maksimalkan.
So in at
Makanya,
half-time
ya Ki ya.
with a game to chase.
Produk gagal bilang Ricky.
Things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So that was the
Million
first
dollar
half,
fire.
and we will be back with
Dive
the
of the
second
seed
half
Gus.
shortly.
A jack by 1 Kai. LWNA Kayu Kala. Akakuk.
Kayaknya aku lihat Makai mas bagus. Masa suruh gacha lagi. Sudah bohongin ponakan, mau bohongin muridnya lagi.
Nosy
Anjing.
Makie Dai Jack.
Masa suruh gacha Makai. Mending Pigo.
Akakuk. Anhoy MNG BGS.
Apanya bagus?
So we're underway
Bagus.
for the second
Itu pro
half.
player pakai semua bagus, Ler.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
And here's Ibrahimovic. Nice interception, well timed. Azar.
Spring
They've
Carly
got to be quick
Agnakie.
moving this forward.
Now has he got the beating of his marker here? Pirlo plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone.
On Europe Team Europe.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well, played right into his path. Well, he was clearly disappointed with
ayo?
that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final
NW Lai Agnakie Gar Carter Arakai.
And this is Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic!
PPTD Defray Kayu Cesar 10 Busse. Rupakniar.
So Jimmy,
Set Cesar Ampon Pansuzar.
they must stay forward for now.
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position.
Ricky Archer the second Nuran.
Indonesia are looking to break at pace.
Saya.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Indonesia still trailing by one and looking here to tick it up a notch.
LLBH injury the seconds.
And here's Ibrahimovic, and he's found a way past.
Ibrahimovic clearly held on to
CG
it.
Clua DTKDG.
Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Marcelo. Time and again.
JD the second Lanakakuk Cicerato Akaraitu. Kessel KDG. Narkan Klo Klua Kalare Kayu.
Doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change.
And here's Bale.
Indonesia really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Schneider. Pirlo. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
Oh, important interception. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Thuram. And it's Bale. Bale will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Out towards the flank. Pirlo. Oh, no, that was never going to make it.
That's good play from him.
He's found a way. It's Pirlo! And he scores! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Substitution on the field, number 27.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
6.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
22, Francesco Totti. Substitution in progress.
Totti. And this is Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic!
Anjay.
And that's a sharp finish. And they get themselves in front. That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how
Africa.
dare you doubt me?
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
Short changes him with that pass.
Simangapang.
Plays it forward. And he goes cross-field. Totti running with the ball.
Tidak dapat balik susah menang ya.
And it's Messi. Just eases him off the ball.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Desai did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Indonesia really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Marco Biatai.
Played back into the centre. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Pull it. And here's Azar. That was nice.
Two
Played in.
has been
It's
indicated.
rising! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Cruyff looking to be a menace in the final third. And he's managed to get rid. And that will be the final act. Indonesia perhaps feeling a little aggrieved with this final score. They clearly feel that their efforts warranted something more.
Main header bang. Apa main header?
Creed KO. 2-game Archer.
Malas ki.
Star NW.PLG. Keluarkan Maki Kai.
Nggak pernah.
Majuda.
Nggak pernah lawan orang. Kurang latihan. Top dimarahin. Baru dibantai Awe. Mau dibantai Ricky lagi.
Iya, Marku Kalurin Akakuk. Uakakuk. A-cube and A-Kayu.
Udah tes-tes pelatih. Belum tes-tes formasi nih.
Macaques Parentes.
Kita dapat formasi yang pasti.
PK form in the LG.
Pom yang dibantai Awe.
Hasty Calorini.
Asa.
Akakukuai.
Formasi co-op pakai ini kalah terus. Lawan Awe dibantai pakai ini.
Things are bubbling up quite nicely here. A healthy whiff of expectation laced with the odd infusion
Maksudnya
of
bagus tuh, nah, ada
Everyone
Marcelo-nya
knows what's at
posisi
stake
situ.
here. The chance to play on a
Odo,
grander
Bale,
stage.
RWF.
It is time now to
Manfaatkan
focus.
pemain yang bagus-bagus.
And the mood
Sayang kalau
is
cadangan gitu.
boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff.
Any attack containing Raul is a fright.
He's had a shot! And the
Tenang,
keeper has
Ler.
reacted superbly there.
Well, it's probably going to take something very special to beat him today.
That is good progress on the left. Now it's Hullet.
MNGBGS, TP 2KNPKJD Acker.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Brilliantly cut out. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition
See.
saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Good play on the left-hand side here. Now it's Hullet. Pirlo. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Kirkchu. Cross needs to be good. And that's been won straight back. And it's Xabi Alonso. Oh, good play! Goal! Barcelona! The first significant strike. Certain, searing and imperious.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
TDR Kai.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Pirlo running with the ball. Rijkaard simply refused to be outdone there. Kirkchu. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. No, didn't quite have the weight on it. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And he's forced to go back.
Indonesia really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Bale ventures forward. Hullet receives it in a wide position. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Pirlo. Now, can they get him away? That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. And we have our very first corner. It's a searching pass. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Spread to the right. Now, what about a counter-attack? There will be a throw-in. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Pirlo really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Raul finds himself offside. Looking to play him in. Bale. Oh, he's having a go! It's loose. In he goes again! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Hazard. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And it's Xabi Alonso. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
It's an inviting-looking ball, that.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Rummenigge. That's good running with the ball. Shoots! Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
Well, it came to nothing in the end, but it certainly got the crowd going.
Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? Now it's Messi. He came in hard, very hard. Over to the right flank. And he's managed to get free. Bale puts them all in. Raul. Kukçu receives it in a good position here.
Well, he certainly...
Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Indonesia finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest.
Se ruega a nuestros espectadores que obedezcan en todo momento las indicaciones de nuestro personal de seguridad. Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
That gets us going once more.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And he's intervened well there. And he's found a way past. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. And he's there to belt it away. And that's a throw-in. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Pirlo. And he plays one through. Pirlo is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And that should get the job done. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Shevchenko! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
That's beautifully weighted. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Looking for options for movement. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Hazard. That's good play. Marcelo has the space to scheme. Deftly away.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El
The
dorsal
two
20.
coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same
El dorsal
time.
9 serán sustituidos
Oh,
por
now here's an interesting
el dorsal
matchup.
5.
Shevchenko.
El dorsal 7. Se va a llevar a
And
cabo
the
el
Sar
cambio de jugadores.
claims comfortable. No, again there's no way through. And here's Raul.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Nicely weighted ball. And that pass just didn't quite work. Well, there's the clearance. Great vision. Petri, he's shifting through the gears here.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Tries one from range. So close to drawing level.
Oh, what a chance. It looked to me like he just changed his mind at the last second there.
Pirlo. And here's Azar. He's having a hit! Oh, he'd love to have another go at that.
That was extremely good focus from the keeper, and it could turn out to be quite a significant moment.
Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Time is running out here.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on.
McAllister swings it across. Big chance!
Barcelona nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
That has not gone well. Ball's gone out of play.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Just eases him off the ball. Aims beyond the defence. Rijkaard. Nice physical challenge. The referee's awarded a free kick. And he is going into that little black book. And the referee brings it to a close. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it. Neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end.
Recordamos a nuestros espectadores
Things are bubbling up quite nicely here. A healthy whiff of expectation laced with the odd infusion of nerves. Everyone knows what's at stake here. The chance to play on a grander stage. It is time now to focus. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We're up and running then.
Well, Peter, I reckon Dragan Stojkovic will be important here.
Yeah, he's not the biggest necessarily, Jim, I suppose, but he is a multi-dimensional player.
Yeah, I think he'll have a busy time going past the opponents. I think he has a great ability to play anywhere across the front line and deliver key passes at the right moments, so that makes him stand out.
And his tendency is, of course, as his coaches have said, to keep things simple and to be utterly unselfish.
Yeah, it's certainly known for that too, and quite a rare gift in a player so technically accomplished.
And here's Stojkovic. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Chouameni did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
And it's Pirlo. Now, can they get him away?
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Bale.
Nichols as yet, but it has been pretty lively.
Great vision. And he's gone backward here.
Oh, that's neat.
Pirlo.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Marcelo.
Is one whose deliveries we all know about.
To Hazard.
And the shooting chance!
And it's Shevchenko. Marcelo. Nesta. And it's Thuram.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Rizal. And it's Stojkovic. Probing pass.
Shevchenko! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
He's a sharp little ball here.
Marcelo.
That's been slipped through. He's got plenty of space out wide here. And that should get the job done. Serginho. Rizal. Serginho. It's Camavinga. Almost half an hour in now.
Shevchenko.
And he's had it nicked away. Pirlo.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Bale is onto this.
It's Bale! That is special! Gareth Bale! A finish right from the top drawer!
Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
That was magnificent. The way he cut it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
Indonesia penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, that's really changed the mood in the stands, Peter. It ought to encourage more positive football, a more front-footed approach. It's got to be.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them.
And the score is 1-0.
Lampard with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And it's Bale. Bale going face to face with his great rival. In towards the back stick. Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
Castolo. Rizal. Ah, such a clever touch. Camavinga. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And it's Serginho. Camavinga, played out wide. Rizal proves just a little bit too strong. Rizal! Vicious, but just off target.
Yep, certainly could have been something so much more.
And it's half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. We'll do it back on the first 45 minutes.
Indonesia really have looked very good in transitions, so I'll be expecting more of the same in this second half. They just need to remain patient and just wait for that chance to break again.
Indonesia just about ahead. 1-0 at the break.
Number 15.
So we're underway for the second half.
Coming on the field is...
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See,
It's Ibrahimovic! Well taken goal. And there's the goal they've been looking for. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Indonesia. Rizal! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Rizal will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Toure defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Now he's off and running. Marcelo. He's shifting through the gears here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Shevchenko. Well, that looks a decent ball. Running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Real chance! And that is wildly off target.
Toon are stuck in a rut, and impatient putts at goal won't really help their cause here. They need somebody to communicate composure and something more constructive.
Takes aim and crosses. And it's claimed by the keeper. Now, what about a counter-attack? Serginho. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And there's the shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Stojkovic actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Substitution for Indonesia.
And we have our very first corner.
Coming on to replace him is number 10, Gullit. Substitution.
Jorginho! Nearly, but not quite. Indonesia do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Yaya Toure. Bale being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Castolo.
Castolo really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
He's onside! Mbappe! Oh, some inspired defending there. It's their second corner of the game. A header! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Deftly away. And it's Stojkovic. And that has left him in a heap. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Pirlo. He's found a way through. That's a foul, no two ways about it. Thuram. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Jorginho. Castolo. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. And he's certainly onside here. He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. This for genuine comfort. And that's it. That's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.
As it is about to be towed away.
Okay.
Well, it is only day one, but already there is a palpable sense of obligation right from the start. These teams know they cannot falter.
Against Indonesia.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, we're on the way. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
I'd say Petr Cech. I'm trying to come up with a flaw in his game, and I can't. Dependable and strong in every aspect of a goalkeeper's job, and he breeds confidence for his defence.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Zanetti. Zanetti just loves to go forward whenever he can. Marcelo gets on his bike and on the move. Well, that is one way to stop him. Lampard running with intent. That could spell trouble. Surely! Goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that silenced the crowd, Peter. Item 1 on the to-do list. Done.
And here's Park Ji-sung. And he is deftly away. Thuram calmly anticipates. And here's Park Ji-sung. Driven in. Towering header! And that's a good finish. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Great vision. That is a great pick out. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Lampard with the cross. Cleared without hesitation. Played out towards the right wing. Now it's Park Ji-sung. Oh, that is a nice touch. Park Ji-sung. Lampard. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. He's through here. Oh, that's fabulous. Bale's cross. Header! And he has his goal. And that brings up the century. Goal number 100 for one very special player. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and
the finish! He's got a goal! They are purring, truly purring.
yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
Indonesia now in a position far more desirable.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue. That's good pressing, it's really squeezing everything.
Well, it just petered out, no penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Owen will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, nice touch.
Park Ji-sung's cross. Impressive jump! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Manchester United with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Terrific effort! And he's there to belt it away. Looking for the far post. And the goalkeeper's got a good... decent chance! He's done very well to get to that.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
That's a nicely shaped ball. And the shot! And it's hoisted clear. Neymar. Darren Fletcher. Zanetti. Neymar. He has found the way through. That is good strength. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, what has happened here? Park Ji-sung finding himself in space. And he's forced to go back.
Minutes has been indicated.
Marcelo. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. Crosses it. Oh, good effort! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Well, it really shouldn't be.
That's it, 45 minutes up.
Well, it's hard to say whether a two-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far, I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Indonesia claiming the lion's share of the 4 goals, up by 3-1 at half-time. Down to business again. Mateus. Cafu. And they've switched it over to the other side. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. Toure defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. It's gone for a throw-in. And that's definitely not his best. And it's Lampard. Marcelo is always looking to play quality balls. Cafu did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Passing nice and neat. Pepe did just about enough to come out on top there. Oh, he's having a go! Good try, very good try in fact.
Well, he does strike a very pure ball, doesn't he? It's great technique.
Pirlo. And here's Hazard. And a chance! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
There's the header! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. The less said about that pass, the better. Zanetti. In with the challenge. Tries to play it through. Now it's... There's the shot! Relentless! Just relentless! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Indonesia visibly comfortable, now up by 3.
Substitution for Manchester United.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 13, Neymar.
Can he get on the end of this?
Number 10,
Now it's Perez.
Pele. Number 19, Perez.
Threads one in.
Substitution in progress.
Oh, played through for the wide man. Now he's off and running. Indonesia perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution.
Divisi Aqua Event KO.
Nesta kept his eye on it, and he's there. Tries to pass it through. Gullit. Chance! And he's
Masih
cleared out
Ipan,
of
Ki.
harm's way.
Ipannya sudah tamat
That
cuma
is
aku
good
latihan
pressure,
formasi
just
dia.
hounded him off it. And he's picked out the run. Now there's a fine ball. Shot a goal! It's in! Untouchable, remorseless, relentless,
Buat coba
a
formasi dulu.
class of their own. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more...
And pull it! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Gets a good foot in there. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
This is the time you need that pace.
Zola takes a shot. Gianfranco Zola, sheer football poetry. A finish right from the top draw. And it adds further to a heavily one-sided scoreline. This is getting punishing.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
Casio Blitz Mia Akakuk.
Iya, Jola. Kan banyak betul pemain bagus, bingung. Mau tap-nya siapa? Blitznya juga terus bagus.
Well, there is some activity
Banyak
down on the
pemain bingung
touchline.
jadinya.
It seems there's going to be a change. Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
That has ended up in no man's land. Can he get it through? That has been cut short. Well, they could break here. Now it's Aubameyang. It's played through for him. Beckenbauer deals with that comfortably. He won't be happy with that one.
Vel 2 po CZ Pin Pasang Gensuka Sub KO.
Loose ball now. There's a
Iya,
chase on
bingung
to
jadinya.
it.
JDI
Bingung.
GDH Fitz Caddington. Blitz Bullet. Gus IQ.
Yang mana bagus?
Throw in.
Yola badan bagus, bingung, gak ada tempat sudah kan.
Foot in.
ESKDG POCZG INAC BSDB 2
Looking for
goal.
options for movement.
Kuhakukuk.
Pullet looking to receive it in space. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Pass somewhat off target.
Gullit aja masih belum nemu aku bagusnya apa nih.
And it's Hullet. And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Messi.
There will be 5 minutes.
He's found a way through. The ball goes in. Pirlo getting this one clear. Mateus is onto this. Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves a free kick. Well, this looks promising in terms of distance and angle. Looking here to alter the direction of the game. Messi! Oh, it's a beauty! That is a gem! An absolute gem! That was beautiful. Something close to genius.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Well, they may be down. Oh, great leap! Well taken goal. How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Indonesia are having a ball here. And that is as far as it goes. They needed to win, and they have won. It is a
Lihat si Surapi mau ganti formasi, win terus ya.
How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, it's pretty clear that there was a solid game plan in place for what was a very high-pressure game. I think it shows great maturity on the part.
Well, hello and welcome to you all on this opening day.
Hello,
Two
everybody,
teams,
and welcome
each
to
seeking the
today's
perfect
match.
pick-me-up start at the expense of each other. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So off we go then. Well, it's fair to presume, I suppose, that Lionel Messi will, as almost always, Jim, be carrying a huge burden of expectation here.
Yeah, but it won't bother him at all, Peter. He just delivers without fail time and time again, and often in a way only he can.
Absolutely. So I wonder what the little magician will have in store for us today.
Well, all I shall say is expect the unexpected.
Threads one in. Oh, nicely intercepted. Looking for options for movement.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Yaya Toure. And it's Lampard. Crosses it in. Towering header! And he's done it!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
So far, so good, Peter, but they need to start thinking of the next one now. Take this momentum and force the issue even more.
Hakimi. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Tries to pass it through. And it's Lampard. Oh, cracking ball. Xavi Alonso. That's the throw. Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Referee's given a throw. David Villa. Neymar is a player who barely needs an invitation to... Mbappe! He's got a goal! They have come roaring back!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Messi wants to run onto this. Could be danger here. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Neymar. Now Mbappe. And he cuts out the supply. And it's Lampard. And here's Ibrahimovic. Marcelo made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Knocks it into space. David Villa receives it in a wide position. Now, can they get him away? Van der Sar claims comfortable. Pass somewhat off target. Nice physical challenge.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. And a goal kick. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Marcelo. Oh, that's delightful. Swings it across.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
Yaya Toure. Tries to play it through. Now it's Lampard. Marcelo plays it across. He leaps for it! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Hazard actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Bale. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's a chance for a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this?
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
That is ended up in no man's land.
There will
Xavi
be
Alonso,
one added time.
whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Lampard. Look at the space. Oh, shooting chance! Gareth, glittering fail! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And that is all they have time for. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo
Substitution
they
in
showed in
progress.
getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Indonesia ahead by just the odd goal in 3. It is 2-1 at the interval. And we are back underway. Now it's Mbappe. Knocks it out wide. Aims beyond the defence. Oh, this looks sharp. Well timed, excellent interception.
This is the time you need that pace.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now it's Bale. The ball has bounced loose now. Nice looking ball. Neatly clipped into space. David Villa finding himself in space. Marcelo with the clearance. Neymar is onto this. And he's quick to snatch. And he shoots! And a neat finish! It's level again! What a match we have!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
It is compelling. And the shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Now it's Lampard. Lampard. Lovely bit of skill. And he's picked it up out wide. Hakimi.
Indonesia really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so, deal with the pressure and come again.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Picked out brilliantly. Played out to the left flank. Looking for the far post. Getting up there! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Indonesia with the corner. They're first. Azar! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Hakimi. Stood up well to him there. And it's Azar. Lampard has the space to scheme. Well, what about it? Extraordinarily, they have been denied as late and as dramatically as can be. Oh, played through for the wide man. Marcelo. Now it's Mbappe. Engages and forces him off the ball. Indonesia are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise.
Yeah, and I think if you're looking for change in a tight game like this, Peter, it's all about getting the timing right.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Thuram. Here's a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Bale was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Serginho is in a really good position out wide.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Yaya Toure. Neither of these two. It's Bale! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
And they've switched it over to the other side. Nicely aimed pass. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. And here's Bale, and it's made its way to him. He's picked his way through, thinks about the shot. And he passes it long. Well, nicely intercepted. And here's Azar. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Substitution on
Well,
the field.
that might be that, Peter.
Number
Maybe
11,
both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Number 18, De Bruyne. Coming on the field, number 21, Diego Forlan. Number 14, Phil Foden.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. He won't be happy with that one. Thuram makes the interception. Schneider. Great vision. Messi. Great Lampard! Oh, he's done it! A game of margins, a game of thrills. This might just do it. So smooth, a signature finish.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Shapes to shoot! And he's stuck it away. We thought they were done, but never say never.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. So all square with almost no time remaining. Bullish header! Incredible! Just incredible! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! And that is as far as it goes. Indonesia pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moments, but ultimately they take away nothing. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, Peter,
And
this
if
was
you do have a
probably
chance
more
today-
slug.
Well, there is a definite sense of occasion here as both teams square up to each other with fire in their eyes. This is a day for hope, for expectation, for renewed ambition. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There's the whistle, and here we go. They appear to be shaping up in a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, the obvious standout in today's football in this system is that it provides you with extra presence in attack. With many shaky defences about, getting the right partnership in that department can pay rich dividends as long as there's a good early supply. So playing two strikers can be a real help to this team. I mean, 4-4-2 these days, Peter, gets a lot of criticism, but it's unfair. Any system can work if you've got the right players.
And it's Nedved. And here's Mbappe.
Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn. Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
What's more, a remarkably good strike rate, actually.
Very true. Just another level of his expertise, Peter, but his reading of the game, for me, is masterful.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Kaká. Kaká will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Kaká. Kaká was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Ibrahimovic. He's found a way through. Ibrahimovic! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
And you can see how the direct approach can work really well. Get yourself on the ball and give it a try.
Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Bale. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Neither side yet able to find the net. Oh, he's burst through. Pepe did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. That has ended up in no man's land. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Now it's Ibrahimovic. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Now it's Hazard. Can he get on the end of this? And he cuts out the supply. Gattuso. Lampard.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And it's made. Great chance! Goal! And there is your opener. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of the game.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
That has not gone well. Now it's Bale. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, sweet feet.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
It's Vieri! Well taken goal. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
And no surprise, that's a booking. Nice interception, well timed. And that is well cleared. Well, that is one way to stop him. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Nedved looking for the chance to skim one in from range. Marcelo. Just past the 40th minute mark. Pirlo. And he's intervened well there. Rijkaard. Thuram. That's been cut out, well played. Gattuso, quality ball. And it's Pirlo.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Nedved. That's it, 45 minutes up. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So, Jim, neither side getting it all their own way so far.
Well, I think we got a good indication of what both sides want to do, Peter. I suspect both will continue with their respective approaches, give or take the odd fine-tuning.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. So straight into the second half.
Indonesia have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's...
And that's clear-cut, it's a free kick. And he has shown him a yellow card. Marcelo. That's a decent clearance. This might spell danger. Kaka. So what can they make of this? Gattuso is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And it's Kaka. Nedved. Pepe.
This is the time you need that pace.
Rijkaard. Stam. Lampard. And it's Bale. Now it's Pirlo. He's shifting through the gears here. Plenty to aim at here. Played a header! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Ibrahimovic really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And here's Azar. Kaka, who does have an assist to his name. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Lampard, can he spark a counter here? Yaya Toure. Maldini. Gattuso. Gattuso really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Marcelo. Gattuso.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And he was quick to react. Maldini. Rijkaard. Lampard wins the duel this time. Thuram. Ibrahimovic might just make this.
That's good
Marcelo.
play from him.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. He won't be happy with that one. Now it's Vieri. And here's Mbappe. Stood up well to him there. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Lampard. He's got away. Lampard! A wonderful effort, all by himself.
Well, it came to nothing in the end, but it certainly got the crowd going.
Looks to the other side. And it's Kaka. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Now it's Bale. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And he is going into that little black book.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 5.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Numero 32. Numero 8. Numero 13.
Marcelo.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 19. Il numero 80. Ronaldinho.
Oh, that's well done, really robust. Marcelo just loves to go forward whenever he can. Pepe kept his eye on it, and he's there. A probing pass. Pepe cuts out the pass. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now. Yeah, and the jostling for position has begun. There's hardly any breathing space in that box.
Can he finish? It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Oh, he has absolutely drilled that.
All the big boys are set for this. It's like Land of the Giants in there.
Messi goes short. That is lovely. Delivers the ball. And it's hoisted clear. And it's Rijkaard. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Ronaldinho.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Marcelo. Rummenigge. Oh, that looks a cracking ball.
Impressive jump. Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. This is a Hollywood or bus corner. The final whistle is up next.
Towering header! Oh, he's done it! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? It was wonderfully efficient.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement.
And that's it. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose. So there we have it, Jim. A game seemingly destined for stalemate.
you